like a twin sister.
My twin Damalini. Here's the thing. She'd like to see me, and I'd love to see her, but I'm on a very strict lockdown, and I refuse to let it to go against my own lockdown policies. And often, she's right outside the door. She's scratching. She'll just like scratch at the door, and and I won't let her in. But I do, and it becomes a conflict because then my Instacart shopper arrives with the groceries, and I need to get the groceries in, but I can't let Damalini in. So it becomes it's a dance. It's sort of it's almost a mixed martial arts ballet of getting those groceries in here, and it's awkward. She says maybe I'm uptight. Maybe I'm too paranoid.
Well, and you gotta quarantine. It's hard for us all, especially those of us that are twins. There's a special magical bond between the twins, and when you break one apart, that's just breaking up the whole bunch.
Right, exactly. It's true, and it's hard. We are identical, and I think for me, I mean, this is actually, to her credit, she will then. What she does is she pretends she's me, and she goes to my neighbors and she invites herself in, and she's been just camping out at all the units in my apartment building, pretending to be me.
Is she like one of those Lifetime movie network people, and she causes no good? She's up to no good.
Well, she is, I hate to, she's an evil twin. And it's basically, I mean, you should see the havoc she's wreaking in my building. I mean, there's been murder. There was a murder.
That's the first step too.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like that's just opening the doors.
Yeah, so to speak, the bloody icing. Oh, that's so sorry to hear, because then you have a body on your hands, and like, does she make you help her with the bodies?
Well, here's the thing. I told her, look, I'm on strict lockdown. I will bring the corpse in, but I won't let her in. So I've got this corpse in my apartment that I'm hiding here for her.
So you're being a good sister.
I'm being a good sister, is what I'm.
You're still respecting your own boundaries, because a corpse, it's not gonna give you the virus. It's not gonna. You can't transmit it to the corpse.
Exactly. I mean, it stinks to high heaven. It's been a good. That was 3 months ago.
Oh wow! I'm so sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And it was a really nice guy, just 2 floors up. But I'll prop him up on my recliner, and we put on some Netflix, and I get an extra frap, and I just put it in his rigor mortis hand, and I sip it later. I help him out. I help him. You got to make room for the frappuccino the next day. And he's a great TV buddy.
I bet.
Oh yeah. So it's hectic between the scratching at my door and the
So I was wondering. I know you guys are identical.
Yeah.
I did wonder if she was a cat, and I do want to say that I remembered there was something that was viral that was going around of like baby Damiana eating cat food. And it was a very large jar of cat food. And that's so interesting. Like, what made you do that? Is that a doctored photo? Or, I mean, it was a viral video, actually. Was it her? And is she a cat?
I've been framed. Well, and it's actually offensive because she's been circulating this video and saying it was me as a baby just eating can after can of cat food, which is really, because I will only eat dog food. I only eat dog food, wet, like a wet food.
That makes sense. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
And I'll also eat some dry kibble, but.
What's your favorite
Well,
in the dog food?
I am a bit of a gourmand when it comes to my favorite brands. But there's one in particular I am fond of, and it's called Bow Wow Chow Down.
Oh, yum. I love that stuff.
It's good.
Yeah. I do like a switcheroo sometimes, and I'll eat my dog's food, and then my dog will eat my food.
Oh, I
So,
like that.
yeah, it kind of mixes things up a little bit.
Yeah, you got to, and it just keeps things interesting, and it's new flavors on the palate. I mean,
do you want me to read your cards?
Oh, I'd love it. I'd love a reading.
So I apologize for the deck being all, white, straight Christian people, but it still shows a good message.
That's good. And, and that's, raising awareness is the first, it's an important step.
Yeah.
And that's good. That's the beginning of change.
And there's all kinds of decks that are really great. There's this one that was made by this Mexican artist, and it's kind of like Dia de los Muertos art, and lots of different diversity in tarot cards.
Oh, I like it. I like it. Yeah, no. I mean, I usually, because I don't take out the trash. But I like to take scraps of trash and throw them on the floor, and that's my tarot.
That makes a lot of sense. And so you basically have your own curated deck.
Yes. And I'll call it like five of spaghetti, or three of rice, or
that makes a lot of sense. And do you find that with such an ad hoc deck, you are able to get the same divination and the same benefits from that divination that you would for like a normal deck? I'm not saying it's not normal.
Okay.
I don't want to shame you.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that recognition. Well, yeah, here's the thing. It's uncanny how accurate it is. And because I will ask it things like, will I enjoy this delicious next sip of my Frappuccino? And the answer that came through, I got a hit. And it said, yes. And I did.
You got hit?
Well, it gave me a psychic hit. I got a psychic hit.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Starting a new job. Have you started a new job? Have you worked your tail off?
I actually have started a new job recently, where I am not licensed to do this, but therapy. I'm a therapist.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, thank you. It feels good to help.
So what are some of your most important techniques that you use for your clients? Like, say I'm having a hard time. I think, just life is just one obstacle after another, and I can't catch a break. What would you say?
Good. Okay. What I would say to that is, buy a daily planner, brand new, like a really nice one, open it to day one. Okay. And look at, and just scream maniacally at the blank page. Then throw it away. And go in bed and just pull up the blankets and just ruminate in fear and chaos until it's time to feed yourself, and then do what I do and order a very custom made Frappuccino. delivered.
Have you found that you have a high success rate for that?
Oh, it's been tremendous. You know, Melissa, I gotta say, it's been terrific. The response I get, I mean, a lot of my clients are very angry with me. And they're very upset with me because, well, they say that I'm not addressing their needs, that I'm not actually helping, that I'm not being constructive. But in that anger, and here's the thing, in that what are they doing? They're tapping in to source. And what they find is in their anger at me, they suddenly are completely mobilized to take on the world. And to what? To soar.
Mm-hmm. So it's immersion therapy.
It's immersion, and I call it GAWD, which is God.
GAWD. So what does that stand for? Oh, it's just God.
Well, like, it's God.
God.
God. Exactly. And it stands for get angry with Dami.
Oh, that's perfect.
Thank you. That's my technique.
Oh.
That's what I do. That in my work. And I developed this myself.
That's crazy. So what are your main influences? Like, are you a Jungian? Are you a Freudian? Are you Shirley MacLaine?
Well, I do. Oh, Shirley's great. I got all her books. She's great. I'm kind of a Tenutian. Judy Tenuta.
Love her.
She's great. I just need the accordion. And I'm gonna order one. I'm gonna order one on eBay. It's, it helps. I mean, she's helped me. Yeah, I mean, she's such a touchstone.
Yeah.
Wisdom and
to have those touchstones.
It's so important. So important.
So God, is it said like that, or?
It's exactly like that. Exactly like that. And and so what I do is with my new clients, they don't know that what I'm going to be doing is getting them very upset with me very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
And very distraught. And so that's kind of a surprise. So then when we get there, when I see that anger in their eyes, I say, surprise. And you're welcome.
And you're welcome, because you're doing it's a very brave service.
Thank you.
It's the unthinkable. It's the unfathomable. Fathomable.
Well, yes. It is. It's very much yes. It's very much. It's you can't fathom it because it's like. And here's the thing: these clients, they only see me one time. They only see me once because they get so upset by the end of the first session they don't come back.
So you really have to make it count every single time.
Exactly, and I'm happy to say I have 100%. They're 100% cured.
Mm-hmm.
They're all 100% cured, whatever it is.
Well, thank you so much for your service.
Oh,
you're doing a great service.
I appreciate that, and I say this. I want to say this objectively. This isn't to pat myself on the back or to compliment myself. I would have to say I'm very brave about myself.
I mean, you have a corpse that you're, like you have an evil sister that's like clawing at your door, and you're doing your Yelp reviews, your croissants, your frappuccinos. Do you find that? I know you said that your frappuccino is your sweetie. Do you also find that your frappuccinos help with your process, with your God process? Your God technique. So what is it? A process, a technique? I don't know.
It's you're right. It's very fluid, and it's fluid. Yeah, no, it is, and I do find the frappuccino. It does help. It's actually essential to the work, because when my client is saying to me, I'm so disappointed. Disappointment was very expensive. I'm getting nothing from it that's of use or of value. What I'm doing is I want to kind of mirror that back to them. So I'm sipping the Frappuccino and just giggling and just like laughing in their face. And
I gives you that extra, money. Well, it was great having you. It's always a joy to see you.
I toast my strawberry Frappuccino to you, and I pour it into my coffee mug. Cheers. And love it. Cheers.
What's great about those bananas?
I don't know, but they're big.